Welcome back to Easily Explained, where today we will be talking about the participial phrase. So let's get started. To understand the participial phrase, we first have to know what a participle is. So first, let's talk about participles. A participle is a verb form that is used as an adjective. For instance, we have the sentence, I felt something watching me. Now, the word watching is the participle. It's formed from the verb watch, and it modifies something. It's not a verb because the verb is felt, since the subject is I and I felt. But it does come from a verb, so it's a verb form that is used as an adjective. A present participle usually ends in ing. So for example, the pouring rain drenched us. Our present participle is pouring. It ends in ing and it modifies the rain. It's an adjective. It's describing the rain. And even though participles are forms of verbs, we can't just keep them standing alone in a verb. So for example, if we wanted to do this, would not work. In this case, we would have to introduce a verb phrase. So it would be something like, the rain was pouring. And then this would be our verb phrase. Past participles end in D or ed, but there are some irregular ones. For example, know and known. Those are just things that you have to get used to and you just need to know. Usually those ones are pretty common though, so there's not much of an issue. For example, a used paper lay on the ground. This is our past participle. It ends in ed and it modifies paper. It is a past participle. Alright, so now that you have learned all about the participle, we can go back to the participial phrase. A participial phrase, just like when we talked about infinitive versus infinitive phrase, or a positive and a positive phrase. A participial phrase is just a phrase that consists of a participle and any complements or modifiers that the participle has. I have, he saw me writing furiously. The first thing when you're asked to identify basically anything is to find the verb. It's the easiest way to start off the process. Because saw is our verb. Now, who saw? He saw. He is our subject. He saw whom writing furiously, or who is writing furiously. He saw me. So me would be like an indirect object. And then now we can say that our participle is writing because it acts like a adjective. And it's a present participle, to be exact. And then with any complements or modifiers, we can find the participial phrase. So this is our participial phrase because it consists of the participle and the modifier furiously, which describes how I was writing. It's an adverb that is modifying the participle. Now you are ready to practice. In each of the sentences below, you are identifying the participial phrase, preferably after you identify the participle. But pause the video now and complete the practice. Alright, let's get started. Number 1. Her mother gave her spoiled daughter another gift. Now, our participle in this case is spoiled because it modifies daughter. It works as an adjective, and it's a past participle specifically since it ends in that ed. So, if we are identifying the participial phrase, we know it's going to include this and any modifiers that it has. Well, her spoiled daughter is going to be our participial phrase because her and daughter modify who exactly is spoiled. Alright, number 2. Reading the note, Sophie was furious. In this case, our participle is just reading, works as an adjective, and it's a present participle since it does end in our ing. And then our participial phrase would just include what she's reading. So, reading the note. And lastly, quickly checking the clock, I realized I was late. This is very similar to number 2 in the way that checking is our participle right at the beginning of the sentence, and then quickly checking the clock is our full participial phrase. Because quickly modifies how I checked, and the clock modifies what I checked. Congratulations, you are now an expert at the participial phrase. If this video helped, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!